you would have never picked up the phone for years ago. You would have never picked up the phone and called a buddy and said, "This Tropicana orange juice is delicious. Yummers." You just wouldn't do it. And you definitely wouldn't call everybody. But you do it now, and somebody's consuming that, and when they're in the aisle, it clicks. It's the way marketing works. It's real. And the companies are going in and just spamming and doing the same old game, and it's always countercultural. It's why, I invested in Path. Everything's going open. I wanted restrictions. The opportunity is in the restrictions. And people just don't believe. And by the way, actually I'm going in a different direction. By the way, I think we're living in the next 2 or 3 years in a time where social media is going to get beat up a little something. I think people are going to start saying, wait a minute, does this really have value? I think people are going to really, really start looking at the numbers because the amount of money that companies and entrepreneurs and people are starting to pour into this is starting to grow, and time, right? And they're going to look at it, and I think the next 2 or 3 years is going to be a bad time for social. And I think it reminds me quite a bit of like the internet in like 2000 to 2003, when other companies thought the internet itself wasn't bringing enough ROI, that it might be a fad. A lot of youngsters in the room, but a lot of people that aren't youngsters, there were people walking around saying the internet was a fad. And they meant it. They weren't joking. They won't admit it now. Who here said the internet was a fad? Raise your hand. Respect, lady. You want to come up here? You sure? I'll come to you. You got a choice.
My name's Lai. Nice to meet you.
So you thought the internet was a fad?
Yes, I did.
Why?
Well, I worked in education, and we got spammed with so much stuff, and it just got to be really horrible. I didn't even want to open my email.
Yes, so you're actually a front, you're a leader. Maybe she's predicting the future. Just curious, Mike. Do you think the internet is a fad now? No. Thank you so much for being here. That was awesome. Shit. The internet is not a fad. Social media is not a fad. You know why? Because it's fucking human. We like interacting. It's what we do. There's going to be companies in the next 3 years that are going to lose badly. They're going to shift dollars because they're going to get more conservative. Their dollars are going to, their stock price is going to dip, or as an entrepreneur, you're going to lose an account, and you're going to go away from the thing that takes time. Blood, sweat, and tears, the way grandparents built their businesses. This comes so natural to me because I'm an immigrant. I didn't have anything. We clawed. We clawed for everything. No entitlement. None of that. I know how lucky I am to live in this country. I'm so fucking thankful it's not even funny. And that's how we built our family business. Because it's scalable. Caring is scalable now. And I just know, for example, in 2001, there was a nice board meeting. The Blockbuster board got together and said, you see the Netflix thing? Yeah. Any of you guys know anybody that's using Netflix? No. Fuck them then. You know why? That's what happens when you put 10, 80-year-old dudes in a room. You're fucking old! Shit changes. Jesus. And Sure thought it was a good idea that the internet was a fad. Yeah, let's let Amazon take our infrastructure and do all the dirty work. Who cares? It's a fad anyway. How'd that work out, Borders? And if there's a single company, startup, I don't care if you are Venmo or if you are GE, if you do not care about your end user immensely in this next 10-year period, especially the next 3, because people are going to start tasting it, there's people that are starting to play this game, we're all looking to get in now, and a lot of people are going to go out. If you don't, you're going to end up that way. Because here's what happens. Take McDonald's and Burger King. I firmly believe that if Burger King worried less about unfriending people for a Whopper, which is great, and an amazing campaign, and I love the earned media, and everything is perfect. But if they responded to every engagement, and started creating that emotional context, if your end product is not good, you're not going to win. So if they make a burger that rips your face off, you're not going to buy it. But keeping everything equal, I believe that if they outcare McDonald's over the next 5 years, they win in a bigger way, because here's what I'm passionate about. It's the context. McDonald's, you can't buy friends. You can't buy them. You've got to catch up. They are so much to catch up to. And if they get a big enough head start, they're going to win in a much bigger way than we've ever seen. That's a big deal. This is where marketing is going. It's so obvious to me. It's as obvious as when I took the stage in my first talk in New Jersey at a Chamber of Commerce event in 1998, and the guy who spoke before me said the internet is a fad, nobody will ever put a credit card in a computer, here's some data to prove it, fucking data, here's some data to prove it, nobody will ever do it. We surveyed 18 people, and that means everybody, asshole. And this kid is going to come up next and tell you that people are going to buy wine on the internet. I stood up there and I said, I wish this was being recorded. See, I talk about all this stuff up here because I want to be on the right side of history. If I'm right, I win. If I'm wrong, I lose. I like that. I do that, and I wish that video was there because that guy, Mr. Suit and Tie dude, you lost, asshole. Human elements matter. They're going to matter more than ever. Context matters. And I just really hope you pay attention. Because I think from a business standpoint, and by the way, from a human standpoint, it matters. It matters a whole lot, and there's real ROI. Somebody tweeted, the New Jersey Nets are an account of ours. Somebody tweeted, looking to buy season tickets this year in basketball. Knicks or Nets? We responded in 30 seconds, a minute, whatever it was, real quick. We said, we're biased, but we think the Nets. He bought season tickets. There's ROI. It's real. Some guy said, struggling with this phone. Guy comes in, system. Competitor of the company, but because he knows his competitors so well, he goes in and helps him figure it out. The guy is so moved, he moves the entire account, $250,000 account to the other company. It's human. Every person in this room spends money on something that is not the cheapest price and they know it, and only for two reasons. One, convenience, because as I look at your faces, I know one thing more than anything, you're lazy. And number two, relationship context. Your uncle works there. Your aunt used to work there. Your best friend's dad owns that store. That's important. It's human, and there's going to be data coming soon. Soon, Nielsen's will come down from the cloud and put an ROI on all this shit we're talking about. And then everybody's going to run to it. And I get it. I've learned a lot about corporate. There's different things. There's people being conservative because they want to move up the corporate ladder in their conservative company. And they want to be CMO one day. And so that's how they have to play. And other people are doing other politics because the agency that's helping them, even though they suck crap, the guy's buying them Yankee tickets, and that's good for him. It's very personal. I got very emotional the other day, and I'm going to go into Q&A, so line up. I got very emotional the other day because here's what happened. I realized, holy crap, this is what happened with me and my dad. Me and my dad had a very difficult time over the last 5 years, but every decision we ever made was for the business. We hurt both of ourselves for the business. The business came first. Not dollars, not the vacation time, not all the other things. It was always made for the business. And every day I live now watching people make decisions that aren't for the business. So of course they're not going to do it for the end user. So I'm going to be practical. I understand you're not going to walk out of this speech, walk into your office and say, let's do it. There's going to be a lot of barriers. I get it. But promise me one thing, especially for a lot of you youngsters in the crowd who believe in this stuff. I promise you, never, ever waver. Be on the right side of history. Too many of you are scared and you let the boss above you push you into agreeing. Do not agree. Be on record. Don't be disrespectful, but be on record, because when everybody wakes up, you don't want to be the person that supported the Blockbuster decision. I love you all so much.